What up, everybody? Welcome into Chasing Chips. No matter what sport you play, you're chasing chips. I know I sound very, very sad. I am not happy. Let's just get right into it, man. I think for the first time, Ty Lue made a mistake. And for my recent memory, Ty Lue made a mistake. When Cat fouled out, the first thing I thought was, oh no. The momentum of the team, the Timberwolves, without Cat is better when he's off the floor than when he's on. So I was like, okay, make sure you bring in Zubac immediately. Because Naz Reid is a rebounder with a whole bunch of fouls to give. And we suck at rebounding. And if we stay small, they're going to get all the rebounds. We're only going to get one shot attempt. And it's going to be a very tough out the last 8 minutes. And that's exactly what happened. You know what I'm saying? Instead of bringing in Zubac and slowing the entire game down, turning it into a half-court game and just feeding Zubac against Naz Reid and then moving the ball and then just going after shots, it became on one-on-one fest. Everybody was doing ISO. Reggie Jackson come up the court, dribble through his legs for 15 seconds, and then start to play. Paul George running around 19 screens because Patrick Beverley's been sitting on the bench and now has guarded him and got all the energy in the world. And it just didn't end how we wanted it to end. Yes, we had the lead. Do I think we blew a lead? Yes, we were up by 10 with 8 minutes to go. But come on, guys. It's the NBA. 10 points is not a lot. That's 5 buckets. It's 8 minutes. People made it seem like we were up by 10 with like 2 minutes to go and Cat fouled out. Cat fouled out with 8 minutes to go. I mean, I called it I said Cat wasn't going to be a factor. He was never a factor against us in every game we played. It was always Anthony Edwards, and it was always D'Angelo Russell. That's why if I said D'Lo didn't score 20, we would win the game. He had 29. I knew Anthony Edwards was going to go off. This is what it is. He's a fantastic 20-year-old. He's dope. He's one of the best players, young best players in the league. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. You know, Norman Powell showed up in the first half, did not show up in the second half. You know what I'm saying? Reggie Jackson missing layups at the end. My X Factor Hartenstein was not a factor at all.
I could have told you that, bro.
Zubac only had 7 points. It was a tough day for our bigs. It was a really tough day for theirs, but like it was just very upsetting. Like I was like, come on, man. Just I could feel the energy. They just stopped playing defense. They stopped trying to rebound the ball. They stopped being aggressive to the basket. Cat went out, and they stopped going to the basket. The thing about having knowing that somebody has multiple fouls, you become overly aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Because you're trying to get them fouled out. But when they get fouled out, most people become less aggressive because they're like, okay, now I can coast. And that wasn't the point. We weren't. I don't know what in their head thought we only had 4 minutes to go or 3 minutes to go. But it was 8 minutes. That's more than enough time. And they went on this run. And then they celebrate like they won the championship. And I know a lot of people are like, why are they celebrating like that? It's just a playing game, man. Look at it. They only been in the playoffs 2 times in the last 18 years. You know, you've been in the pandemic. You know what? Enjoy it and celebrate. Act like it's the championship if you want. It's a playing game. It's one game. You know what I'm saying? Most of those guys go back to NCAA tournament days when they're like one game. And they celebrate. What happens in NCAA tournament? They celebrate every single game. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a very special thing to win an important game, especially one game. Now, if they celebrate like this and it was a 7-game series and they celebrate like this in game 1, yes, that would have been a problem. But, you know, it's one game. They're going to go on.
They officially got in the playoffs, you know? Yeah. That's my problem. I think it's corny as fuck when you got all these sports media outlets that are like hating on the Timberwolves because they officially got in the playoffs. Like, come on, man. Like, they get no media coverage ever, you know, throughout the whole season. All their players are like underrepresented and underappreciated, I feel. You know, like Karl-Anthony Towns, Anthony Edwards, D'Angelo Russell, you know, all these players, they're just excited. So let them be excited, you know. I know mainstream media, like whenever you have a small market team, they love to shit on them, and they love to, you know, kind of go back to focusing on the Lakers, it's incredible to see how many Lakers articles and videos we've seen, since the start of the play-in, what they're not in, or the playoffs, which they're not in. And I just love when these small market teams that don't typically get a lot of coverage, like, do something incredible. And that was a great game to watch. No offense, it sucks to see my boys' team lose, but I thought that was a really exciting game, and I'm happy for Pat Bev.
Man, I'm happy for him.
I think that was really big for him. So I'm excited. That was fun to watch.
It was fun to watch as a fan of basketball, but it did hurt my soul to lose like that. But as usual, I said Paul George showed up. I like that. I like seeing Paul George score 34. I like that. Paul George was hitting. He was killing. It's just at the end, Reggie Jackson -7. Marcus Morris was negative. I think plus 11 when Karl-Anthony Towns was on the court, and -7 when he was off it, and it showed. You know what I'm saying? He has a smaller guard on him. It was just not good. I don't want to get into the weeds of just points and negatives and plus minuses and all that stuff. Yeah. It's just energy. I seen the energy just shift. It just shift. You can see it. That was a blessing for them to be at home. If we were at home, I feel like we win that game. But they were at home. They caught fire. Minnesota, like we said in the last episode, is a fantastic place to play if you're on the Timberwolves, because that energy in that arena is crazy. They love their team. You gotta love their team. It's a small market team. Playing in a small market, man, they love their team. The funny thing is that Patrick Beverley was on the Memphis Grizzlies. He got traded in 9 days. He got traded to the Grizzlies, and then he got traded from the Grizzlies to the Timberwolves. So, Pat Bev got a little chip on his shoulder, like, they didn't want me. I'm going, nah, I don't know about all that. They just didn't need you, bro. As you can see.
And the Clippers didn't pay him. That's why he's walking around like.
Yeah,
But that was weird. So, do you think you were watching that game pretty closely, right? So, watching Cat fall out and just play just a terrible game. Like, if that's your best player and that's the game that he outputs, oh my God, that's disgusting. But do you think it was more of a Scott Foster problem, or do you think it was more of a Cat problem?
It's a Cat problem. I tried to look at it because everybody was trying to say, like, Timberwolves fans. I would say a lot of Timberwolves fans weren't saying it was Scott Foster because of Cat getting fouled out. They were just saying, like, the Clippers play really good defense on Cat. Cat only we've had Cat have 1 point in a game before that. 9, 20. He hasn't scored more than 20 against us. You know what I'm saying? He just and like Fauché said, D'Lo didn't play 3 of those games, so we never got a chance to actually play. Really work out our defense against D'Lo in person. But now, no, I think the game was officiated horribly, awful, top to bottom. It was awful. So many ticky-tack calls. Did not let them play. You saw that it was around the score that I called, though. I said 105-98. It was 100 and what? 104. I think it was.
I'll give you that. I didn't know it was going to be officiated so ridiculous. Like, I thought it was so touchy.
When I saw Scott Foster's name on that list, I was like, this is going to be officiated very tight. Yeah.
Did he get the memo that we're letting players play this season? Because I feel like I'm very confused on the kind of general consensus on how we're officiating basketball games nowadays. Because I've seen throughout the season that it seems we're letting these players play. But then whenever it comes to this game in particular, kind of like the start of the playoffs a little bit, I'm very concerned.
It's
because
always
I do not
like
want the playoffs to be officiated like this.
It's always officiated. I mean, I don't think it's officiated that bad usually, but I think most of the playoff games are officiated a little tighter. A lot more ticky-tack calls called in the first 3 quarters. They let them play in the fourth. The fourth is where they really miss calls, but I would say miss calls because with air quotes, because the NBA pretty much wants them to let them play in the fourth. People want them to enjoy the fourth, not enjoy the refs' calls in the fourth. You know what I'm saying? So that's why towards the end, people kind of forgot about how bad the officiating for the first 3 quarters was, because the fourth quarter was so exciting. Fouls were called, but it were obvious fouls. Yeah. One of the call where Cat did 2 charges. Like, he charged through the one guy and then charged through another. And he was like, "Why did I get the call, bro? They let you go in the
Yeah.
first one, and then you did it again. Like, but I think if Memphis just does what the Clippers were doing to Cat, they win that series. I swear they do that every game. They sweep that. Because I can't see D'Lo scoring 29 points.
I don't know
game.
if they have a player that can guard Cat, to be honest. I think
You
Steven
said
Adams.
that same thing. You said that same thing about the Clippers. We don't either. I don't think Cat's a scrub. I think Cat's really good. But how Ty Lue guards
So
Cat?
if you're the Grizzlies, do you put Jaren Jackson on?
You put Steven Adams on
I
him,
feel like
and
you'd
then
have
you
to.
just
I feel like you'd have to put Jaren Jackson on him because Steven Adams ain't going out in the arc. You're not guarding.
that's why you
three.
send a double. They every time Cat touched the ball out by the 3 or the 2-pointer, they sent somebody. You know what I'm saying? They sent someone. Soon he touched is on catch, so he has to make a move quick and out of control, like he usually was doing, and then missing layups or he becomes 3 happy. Last night he became 3 happy again. Remember, in his mind, he's the greatest big man to ever shoot in NBA history. Remember he said that. So lean into that.
Yeah.
Like, hey, bro, you really feel like that? Yeah, go ahead, shoot all them threes.
Clearly, he just didn't watch basketball during the Dirk era.
Not at all.
But it's okay. Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is, man. Like, big ups to Edwards, man. It's just great watching that kid play, bro. Like, he's so good, man. It's great.
He is. He's really quick too. His acceleration is insane.
Man.
Like I remember there was a time to where it was kind of a clutch moment in the fourth, and Marcus Morris was guarding him, and he just blew by Marcus Morris without. There was nothing that Marcus could have done.
Nothing. No.
Yeah.
That's why I was upset they didn't play Terrence Mann more. I feel like Terrence Mann should have guarded Anthony Edwards. Does he stop him? No. But I think he slows him down. I mean, I don't understand the difference between bringing Terrence Mann to guard Luka all game, but then you don't want to bring him in to guard Anthony Edwards most of the game either.
Well, Terrence Mann, I think was guarding D'Lo, right?
Yeah, and that's what he gave D'Lo, and D'Lo I think didn't score during that time, and then they took him out and brought in Powell. I love that small lineup, but I don't love it without Zubac. Like I think we need to take. Like I said, I think Powell, Rocco, Paul George, and Reggie and Zubac is the best ending lineup for us. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get why you guys just didn't push the gas on the points in the paint. Once Cat was out, but it is what it is. I guess Naz Reid was intimidating.
Yeah, I guess, man. Well, we got y'all next.
Okay.
I mean,
moving
not
on.
y'all next. We got the Spurs or Pelicans. I prefer the Spurs, honestly. Pelicans
Okay, you prefer the Spurs?
Yeah,
The Pelicans probably going to win, though. I doubt the Spurs
know.
beat the Pelicans. So
Yeah.
you say you play the Pelicans. How is that matchup going to do? Just a real quick overview.
Real quick, they got to show up. We show up in the first 3 quarters of this game. We should play the entire game like that. We win the game easily, 10 points. You know what I'm saying? Paul George got 34. You know what I'm saying? Reggie got 7. I mean, the same lineup. The same.
You hear Zion's coming back, though?
I heard.
No, I'm just playing. He ain't coming back.
I'm about to say I heard, but is he really coming back? I don't see nothing.
I doubt it.
Nothing.
I doubt it.
Yeah. So, I mean, I prefer the Pelicans. I prefer anybody, honestly. I just want to get into the playoffs. I mean, I'll play the 7 games against y'all. It just – I don't want it to go out like this. I'd rather not.
It's not the preferred team.
I don't want it to go out where we just trick it off, like where we lose this one and then we lose at home. I saw a tweet yesterday saying the Clippers are the most boring franchise in the last decade, which we're.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I didn't.
In the last decade, who's the most boring team? I'd say probably the Jazz.
I think so too.
Or the Mavericks. No, not in the last decade. I take that back. That's bad.
It might be the Jazz and the Clippers. Clippers, I think, is more. I would say more disappointing. Like, if you had to pick a more disappointing franchise in the last 10 years, it's the Clippers.
Oklahoma
By
City.
far. There's no expectations there.
Yeah, that's fair. But is there
what I'm
expectations
saying?
for the Clippers?
I mean, look at the rosters we had in the last 10 years.
That's fair.
We tricked off two. Yeah. We're up 3-1 twice and we tricked them both off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm not excited about playing the Clippers potentially in a series. It was not the preferred route. because I know we have history, and I just don't want my team to underestimate Clippers' ability. Paul George is scary. He's a really good player when he's hitting. Obviously, sometimes I feel like he can't miss, and that's scary. Reggie Jackson, I'm impartial. And then, yeah, if Kawhi comes back, that's like a big fear of mine as well. Do you think he would come back in the first round of the playoffs?
I think, I don't know, man. Kawhi's a very...
I hope not.
Yeah, for your sake, you hope not, because y'all can beat us, and y'all can beat us definitely. I love my team, but like we're not. This team is not good enough to beat the Suns without Kawhi. With Kawhi, it's a whole different story. You know what I'm saying?
Still no, but
yeah, I'd
say it's closer.
I don't think it's still no. I don't think it's still no. You keep. I don't think it's still no.
Kawhi
it's
can't
closer,
just come back. Kawhi just can't come back after been like a year and a half.
Yeah.
And just like
a year some change.
He
got hurt in the playoffs,
and then all of a sudden just like put up 30 points. I'm sorry, that's just not happening. I know Kawhi's like a robot, but like I just couldn't see him just coming back and putting up like 30 points or being like a significant factor.
It's just the discretion. You still gotta respect his game, and you still gotta play defense. I think it just adds another wrinkle to your defense for the Suns.
Yeah,
you can't just come in and just like, oh, okay, he just got off the bench and just stopped being hurt, so we ain't gotta really pay attention to him. That's not the case. You gotta pay attention to him. He still got that mid-range jumper that's crazy good.
Yeah,
he still plays, very good defense. And I don't know who he's gonna guard. Honestly, I don't think they put him on Devin off rip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's just if. We'll talk about that when we get the news. Let's talk about that when we get past this second playing game that we got to do.
So who we got? Who we got today?
So today
we
is
got the
Pelicans,
Atlanta and Hornets.
But let's talk about this Nets game though. The Nets were up by 20, and they let that game get a little close. Garland did his thing. I thought Garland really was gonna bring them back, but Kyrie, man, shout out to you, bro. He's doing Ramadan, ain't eating during the day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And just put up, 34 points, 12 for 50, shooting 80%.
Who's excited about this Celtics Nets series? I am.
Ooh.
Because I just want a lot. This is gonna be a lot of drama.
Oh, that's a drama. We like it. They're gonna boo.
Kyrie.
I mean, I think for sure this is gonna be a really good series. I don't think, for one, Bruce Brown called out the Celtic bigs. He's like, yeah, with no Robert Williams, we're gonna attack the middle. They got
Bruce Brown. Stop it. Just calm down, bro.
He was excited.
Chill out with your 10 points.
Excited, talking about Daniel Theis and who's the other Celtics guy?
The other they got the kind of like stocky dude. Forget his name. Light skinned dude, stocky. Grant Williams. Is that Grant Williams?
I don't think he's he's not a center.
He's not a center?
Let me see who he was talking about.
I don't even know who their replacement center is, to be honest. Nonetheless, I think the Nets beat the Celtics for sure.
Wow.
I think the Celtics are frauds. I mean, I love Jason Tatum. I love Jaylen Brown, but I think in general the team is not as deep as people assume. They had a great second half of the season, and they got a great coach, but I think the Nets are just more talented. I think they just beat them.
I agree they're more talented, but I don't think they're deeper than the Celtics. I mean,
why?
I think the Nets
so the Celtics have two good players, and they have Marcus Smart, who's a great defensive player. That's it.
I mean, I disagree. I think Marcus Smart is a very pinnacle third guy, and Al Horford ain't.
Is Seth Curry been out? Was Seth Curry out? He played yesterday? Oh, okay, I just didn't see it.
As much as it's hard to bet against, to bet against KD and Kyrie.
Damn. He got a fat zero. Seth Curry got a fat 0.
Bad.
33
That's
points.
What I'm saying.
Gross. No, yeah, I just think the Nets just have more experience under their belt. What's up with Blake Griffin? Why don't they give him any minutes?
What we
Marcus
Bro, what are you talking about? What's up, Blake Griffin? He's not good anymore. He's not even serviceable. He's
Cam
just
Thomas too.
there.
Can I give him minutes?
No.
Well, I guess Goran Dragic and you got Patty Mills now. I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
I just think the Nets are just a better team.
Man, it's tough, man. I really want to say that the Celtics win that series 4-2, but I did not know Kyrie was in Ramadan, and for me, I really want to say the Nets win because of that. the immense focus he is gonna be in during this time, like.
Well, how's Ramadan work? I thought it was just one day.
No, it's a period of time that you cannot eat while the sun is up.
It's like 24 hours.
Sun up to sunrise. No, you can't eat from sun up to sunrise. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean? Yeah, but for one day, right? Not for like
Ramadan
extended
is not one
week.
day.
I mean, this man ain't gonna just like not eat or drink.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh. Anyways, I don't really care. I could care less about Kyrie's personal life, to be honest.
It's 3 days.
I love his basketball game. I respect Kyrie. He's one of the best
It's 30 days.
dribblers and one of the best basketball players ever to play the game, in my opinion. But personally, I can care less about Kyrie and whatever he does. No offense. But
you gonna go for the Nets.
I just think the dude's kind of corny. I think the dude's kind of corny, but it's okay. Every time he talks, every time there's an interview with Kyrie, I'm just like, I just turn it off because I'm just like, I really don't care what he has to say. No offense. But I love to watch him play basketball.
No offense to Ramadan or anything of that stuff. He's just.
Well, no, I mean it's just why I'm just not one. I'm not a religious person, and two, it's like Kyrie's always on some shit. There's always something personally, something that he's like preaching to everyone about, and I just don't want to hear his preaching. Not in a religious sense, but in like a, he knows best. When it comes to the flat Earth, when it comes to the vaccine, when it comes to Ramadan, like I can really give a shit less about what Kyrie has to say personally. Basketball wise, he's one of the GOATs. I think his game is beautiful, so I respect him in that regard for sure.
Yeah.
So these games coming up, Charlotte, Atlanta. What I don't know. I think I would love to see Charlotte come out of that.
But they still got to play the game after that though. Like, does Charlotte beat the Cavs?
Yeah, for sure. Charlotte and Atlanta, they both would beat the Cavs.
I disagree. I think the Cavs are making the playoffs. I think the Cavs are making it. Even though that's my playoff tick from the beginning, I thought they're going to coast in there. But yeah, the Cavs are a better team. They showed it last night. I mean, being down by 20 against the Nets and fighting back to only lose by single digits. I think they're going to ride that momentum into the next game.
They're missing Jared Allen,
Yeah, and I think they're still better as a team, coached better than the Hornets or the Hawks.
But Michael Jordan's suiting up. Michael Jordan's suiting up as an owner player. He's going to come out there.
I mean, Michael Jordan says he can still give the NBA at least 16 to 18 points a game, which
that'd
is
be fun.
Wild to me. That's how wild confident Jordan is. He come back in and just get 16 to 18 easy. Oh, he wow. Yeah. But
yeah, I think both of those teams. One of those teams makes the playoffs for sure. No, sorry about Cleveland. I don't think they're going to be in there. And then. You guys play the Spurs or the Pelicans. I think you'll beat both those teams. And then you're going to be playing the Suns. And then we're going to have to hit up a game in either LA or Phoenix.
Yeah, for sure.
That's mandatory.
Yeah, I would love to go to Phoenix, honestly.
Okay, let's get it. The new revamped stadium. Let's get it.
I would love to see that. I ain't never been there before. So we'll see what we can do. We'll see what we're playing. Well, we have footage and put that on the tube for everybody to see. But
yep.
As usual, we're going to be back, Sunday with a new episode. But other than that, enjoy the rest of the playoffs. Hopefully the Clippers can pull it together and get in the playoffs and play you guys and not just squander this opportunity to get some more games together and maybe leave the door open for Kawhi to return.
And a closing statement. How did it feel to get the beat LA chance? For the Clippers, it probably felt a little good, huh?
It felt good. It felt good. It's crazy. It's crazy. It was crazy. My good friend Evan Barnes, writer for the Memphis Grizzlies, born in LA just like myself and raised out here, and he's like, it's crazy to say we've lived long enough to hear beat LA for a Clipper game. You know what I mean? Like, that only used to happen only for the Lakers, never for the Clippers. Now we're getting beat LA chants. That's why I try to tell people we're an actual franchise now. Since Steve Ballmer has come along and being the owner of our actual basketball franchise, where people see a potential of like, oh, this team is actually good, actually respected a little bit. You know what I mean? The respect is back. No, not back. We finally have a little bit of respect. No matter how y'all feel about our franchise or the past or things like that, I see that as something totally different. Yes, I've been a fan since Donald Sterling was our owner. But when Donald Sterling left, I completely thought we were like a brand new team. Like they said, an expansion team. That's how I felt about the Clippers when Steve Ballmer showed up. I was like, okay, we're a brand new team now. Brand new franchise, because it's a difference. As multiple franchises with bad owners. You know what I'm saying? Or as multiple franchises with good owners, and then that good owner passes away, and then they leave it to the kids, and they ain't been good since. You know what I mean? Yes. I'm calling out the Lakers. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got one chip.
Yeah, to speak of truth.
You got one chip, but that's cool. I congratulate you. But since Jerry Buss has been gone, that thing has been all over the place. And imagine it come in and, tell LeBron come to LA, it'd be a whole different situation.
Nope. We ain't talking about the Lakers though.
Okay, my bad. but
don't break protocol, bro.
My bad. But anywho, I'm just saying, like, that's how I feel. And when I heard that, I was like, all right, cool. Like, we getting the respect. We got respect. And I think it's a lot of the smaller franchise respect the Clippers and what we're doing than like the bigger franchises that have won chips and won multiple championships. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you won't get those chances if we played. I don't think we get those chances if we play like the Knicks. We don't get those chances if we play Boston. But we get those chances probably against the Minnesota, the Phoenixes, all the small franchises, especially the ones that haven't won a chip yet. We get those,
Yeah.
So it was nice to hear. Yeah, I love the respect that we got.
I figured that.
You know what I'm saying? It's all about respect, and I feel like we deserve the respect. Yes, I'm going to go again. Do I think we're one of the most disappointing franchises in the last 10 years? Yes, because of the rosters we've had and not really come out with nothing. We only won Western Conference Finals. Sucks, but hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is. Thanks for airing your piece, bro.
Yeah, man, I'm good.
You'll be all right. Next game, you'll be all right.
Yeah, they sent the email out saying, "Hey, you guys want to come to the game?" Or the email out like, "We need to secure home court." Man, I'm not wasting my money on no playing game.
Why not? That'd be fun. That could be your last game of the season, honestly. You should go. You gotta go. Well, how much are tickets?
I gotta work.
Oh, okay.
I gotta work. I'll have to leave the game early to get to work, but because we're doing a post game type of show Friday. So other than that,
all right, dude. I'll talk to you.